so I don't know if timestamps are going to exist in this video, but as I'm also dealing with a moved window screen, so I actually have to move this, this is going to be what it is. Now, Future Jordan might have set things up somewhat correctly, but if I can recenter this, that would be a thing. I'm going to keep this in the video, by the way, because it is very interesting to see. So, without further ado, let's try to make things work, and I will do this. If you're here for the story, however, just know in advance that this is going over gameplay instead, as this channel will often do. Now, that might not sound great here and there, but what can I do? I'm not great at going over the story. Sometimes I will. Obviously, I've had playthroughs where I man the dialogue, basically. But, yeah, in this case, I'm just going to go through with it. I swear I'm not trying to rush through things, but at the same time, we are going to go through a lot of gameplay kind of talk and commentary. Now, one other thing to note, as I also fix this in the background really quickly, because that's loud, which the volume is already adjusted, but, yeah, if you want to read, feel free to pause here and there, but again, I'm not going to be going over the dialogue. So, without further ado, yeah, let's just get into it. So, if there are timestamps, there are timestamps, which I should have actually opened up on, but I forgot, so. But whether or not I go through the whole game or not, we'll see. Something to also note, and I'll mention it again later on because it's been a while. I usually should say the most important things when the video starts, is that I did not get any compensation or whatnot to make this video. However, do note that yes, my name is in the credits of this game, and yeah, this is not a promoted video or anything. I did not get anything for it. I'm choosing to play this game out of my own, I think it's a good game. Own goodwill is what I was gonna say. I don't know if that's the right story though. So, without further ado, we do have safeguards, but I think we do math first. So, yeah, off we go. 4 times 2 is 8. And I'll let you know when we get to something that I want to talk about. I can't remember. Please let it be this one. No, it's not. Help! But, yeah, so it's also been a while since I played this game as well. So, I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I've messed it up before, and that's not great. Do I want to do Simon Says after or before? Let's do Simon Says now, because I can get this through. I'm looking at a dog, by the way. But as we go through, again, most of these minigames should be, I think Simon Says is another pretty much simple minigame to understand, but obviously whether or not you can do it correctly is a different story. Have I ever messed up a Simon Says? I guess we'll find out as we go through this. But if we were to move something else, probably Minesweeper would have been a good one to kind of pick. Otherwise, yeah, Shuffle is the other one that should be pretty self-explanatory as well. If you lose track of where the card you need to flip is, it's human error at that point. So, off we go. There are a few things I remember because yes, I have completed this game in its entirety already. It's not a long game by any means, but you can spend a few extra hours if you make mistakes here and there. So, I'm shrugging in real life as I say, it is what it is. If you mess up things like rock, paper, scissors, like, not Minesweeper, like Simon Says, then again, you have lifeguards for a reason. So Minesweeper, rock, paper, scissors, and bad card. So bad card is pretty much just RNG. You want to protect yourself from it, but let's do Minesweeper first, because bad card, I think, gets more cards. It's been a while. That being said, the very first choice of Minesweeper is RNG, and I just happened perfect recording to do this on. But now that we have nothing else to worry about. So Minesweeper, for those who don't know, is a very kind of logical game for the most part. There are some RNG moments, for example, picking your first card, but otherwise, usually the game handles stuff. I'll let the time run out. I'm not really pressed for time. And in Minesweeper, you can actually mark mines. Here you can't, so you just have to remember them. That being said, you can still do logic. So there are 3 mines around this 3 card, 2 mines here, and if you have basically pattern recognition is the simple way to put it. So if you see 2 and 2 diagonal cards, and therefore both must be mines. Usually, though, you're combining it with other pieces of information. So, for example, 1 here, 1, 2 means that this is a mine, and then the corner to the 2 is touching 1. And if it's touching only one other, or maybe there's another card here, then this would kind of be RNG until we figure out the right side here. But because I know that these 2 are mines, I think we're in another RNG moment. No, we're not, because 2 here. So Context clues. There are 3 mines, so it could have been RNG if I didn't know what this card is. But because I know that there are 2 mines around this 2 card, therefore I know what 3 mines exist, and I know that this card over here is safe. Another very common pattern to note for Minesweeper is the basically 1-1 corner or 1-1 some card corner. So because these 2 cards are only touching 1 mine, again, it should be pretty logical, but therefore this is a mine. I forgot how many mines are in this one. That being said, is this RNG? Again, there's another pattern that I remember, but I don't think this is it. I think this should be near RNG because we don't know the mine placement. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to play the odds. I think it's either this card or one of the cards in this row. I'm gonna pick this one just to see. Okay, so one mine here, and because I know this is the mine, then I can click every card around this one safely. Shrug. So yeah, I used up a lot of time, but I don't need 15 minutes to go through it. Again, once I play these, all of these mini games long enough, I'll probably just speed through them. That being said, I should probably pick the easier RNG ones now, either Hangman or Matches. Yeah, so Matches is pretty much RNG but with human error, so if you forget things, sadness happens. That being said, yeah, we probably do want to use a lifeguard because we are likely to get things wrong. 8, I think that's Gem. You get some drawing cards sometimes, but as long as you recognize which one they are, you should be relatively fine. I think it was 8, right? 8 Gem, Clouds, Timer. That's how I remember. 8 Gem, Clouds, Timer. I think this is Gem? It is. 8 Clouds, Timer. 8 Clouds, Timer. I have to be audio about this, so ooh, I don't know which that one. I could guess 33%, and well, I just happened to get it, but it's fine. So overall, you will have, if you play relatively well, even with RNG, most of the time you should be okay. You have enough lifeguards to use in RNG moments, basically. That being said, we'll take pass. High-low is big RNG. I don't like playing high-low. Because I'm me, and if you've ever seen a lot of me in this channel, you'll know why. So the first and foremost thing we do, I think there is a better way to do it, but I like just hitting every single one. I think, yeah, one correct symbol in the right order. So we know we have a diamond. Here's another lifeguard. We know we have a clover, and if I wanted to try and be cool, I could just put something else, but let's just be safe and put in hearts. So I know that the sequence contains diamond, clover, and spade. I don't know what order they're in because all of these were, again, just 3 clovers in a row. So I'm going to continue using lifeguards here, and if I get it right, so be it, right? So I know that the diamond is not in the first position. I know that the clover is not in the second. I should actually still... They're all misplaced, basically, so I can just shift them. I think I have pretty much two guesses left. I think I can just do whatever, right? So let's actually do this. So I'm going to spade, diamond, and club. And if you get it wrong, so be it. Because then it should have been there should have only been one other choice. But anywho, if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. Don't need to trade. So xylophone is basically a resource trade. You don't need to play it. I don't know if it counts towards what you need, because if you noticed here really quickly, the opponent here has petals that essentially dictate number how much more rounds you need to go through. So I have 3 rounds left. I can either do Hangman or high-low. Hangman, please. At least I can try to logic this out. Although I'm not great at Hangman, so time to just go for vowels and see. Goat. I'm gonna assume it's goat. If I lose life, or if I lose lives, basically, because they're lifeguards, then so be it, right? I don't know what this is, though. I'm going to put in another vowel. Bear. Something bear? Polar bear. I'm just going to be confident. There you go. Again, that's kind of more logic. If you want to try and cheat, I mean, I'm sure you can, but yeah, anywho. I think we will go... We'll do the one that we know first. So rock, paper, scissors is also pretty much logic. You should theoretically never get rock, paper, scissors wrong, but Let's find out. So, next hand will not be scissors, so it can only be rock and paper. So throw the one that will either draw or win, basically, if the enemy chooses to do rock or paper, which I think we throw paper, right? Yeah, paper. So paper, paper. I'm probably going to forget. So you'll win. Next hand will win the hand in the last round, which will be scissors. So I throw rock here. So paper, paper, scissors, rock. So he's doing rock next. So I do paper, I believe. And so rock, paper was the last one. We'll lose against the hand you used in the last round. So I think it was scissors. I think that's scissors, right? Because he did rock. Oh my goodness, I'm already forgetting. Okay, good. So scissors, rock. So paper, paper, scissors, rock. Rock, paper, scissors, rock. And in the last round, he did scissors. So you're going to use something that wins. So what wins against scissors? Rock. So I do paper. The reason why you kind of need to remember it is because, again, yeah, eventually you'll get a result that calls upon a certain round. So if you don't remember, which was paper, paper, scissors, rock, rock, paper. So rock, paper, and I threw paper. So what wins against paper, scissors? So I throw rock, I believe. Yeah. And so the farther, basically, just really quickly, the longer you are in a run, basically, the harder the minigame will be. So if I had done rock, paper, scissors first, we probably only would have gone 3 rounds. But because this is the second to last game we have, then we have to do our... we have a lot more rounds to remember. It is literally just the same one. Paper, paper, scissors, rock. Rock, paper? And I did paper. So draw, so paper. And so I use scissors. Okay, good. First round. I've been saying it the whole time. Paper, paper. So next hand will lose to the hand. So he's gonna do rock. So I do paper? Question mark? Did I get that wrong? I might actually trip myself up at some point, but we should be fine here. Anywho. So you might think, based on other things you've seen before, you're like, Jordan, how is your memory so good? I have to use audio clues. That would be so annoying if I have to do it very thing. Also, we might as well use our lifeguards here, because if you didn't know, if you flip the bad card here in this minigame, you automatically lose the whole run. So, shrug, right? Anywho. I don't think you get anything for doing better overall in a run, which is why I'm taking my time and just choosing to do whatever I want to do. But, boy oh boy, yeah, I mean, this might take 2 videos. I mean, if I don't explain too much, it should be fine, but hey. That being said, as we kind of just speed through this, again, get this game yourself. It's like only a couple dollars USD tops, and I don't know if it actually ever goes on sale, but yeah, I think it's a pretty well-made game, so hey. Off we go. Again, if you've seen my trying to play videos of this game, then you don't really need to look at much. You just need to make sure that... as you may have noticed, I didn't actually go through the whole game in either of my trying to play videos. So, yeah, that's why we're doing this whole playthrough. So... as we do our best to not touch the walls here, because this is what happens when you touch the walls. You get reset back to where you were. At a certain point, also jump scare warning, by the way. I should have actually noted that earlier, but, yeah. Oh my goodness, that's not the way? Really? Why? I'm going absolutely crazy. Oh, this way. I'm so crazy. But yeah, jump scare warning for this section, because I remember that for certain. But yeah, it's the pointer, the mouse pointer, that's really the thing. So the card may be touching the walls, but it's the pointer that just needs to not touch the wall. So at a certain point, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then oh, never mind. It wasn't 3. I actually have to go through a little bit longer. So and off we go. I think before the actual story update, we didn't get this counter. So, again, just to let you know how the game basically goes. I did forget one of the after stories, by the way, so I am just gonna be brute forcing at a certain point. But anywho, I forgot what actually happens there. I think it's like when you use a lifeguard with this character, weird things happen, but I can't remember, so I'm just going to do my best, and we'll do math immediately. 3 times 5, 15. I actually should have done math maybe later, but it's fine. 14, 13. 6, 11. And off we go. Again, you get pieces of lore here and there, but let's see here. Minesweeper matches, please. That way I have less RNG to go through. Is it the lifeguards that hurt me here? Yeah. So you lose 2 lifeguards when you get something right instead of 1 question mark, which I just got lucky there. So yeah. So and then when you use a lifeguard and get things wrong, like so, you don't actually lose a lifeguard. I'm actually gonna do it again because I forgot. Clover 8. Okay, good. Clover 8, Cloud 8. So we know an 8. Clover Cloud here, and timer. I'm just gonna take the risk here. 50-50 shot. RNG. Because if I get it, yeah, if I had gotten it right, I would have lost 2. So either way, I'm shrugging in real life. Password, the approach the eyes. I think I actually want to do this because it's not. This is usually a freebie, so for this one, you mash. If you can hear my mouse in the background, but. There's another one where you can get stuff as well, but you might as well use them. I forgot if they take off a pedal when you do it. I don't think so, right? No. Oh, yes, they do. Okay. Good to do. Bad card, shuffle, rock, paper, scissors. So I think this is pretty much a freebie, because you're never going to use lifeguards with this character. Oh, never mind, I lied. But it's worth it, though, because otherwise, if you flip the bad card, you automatically lose. Nice! Misses, by the way. Got all 3 right. Missed 25, 33, and 50%. Anywho. We'll do Simon now. I'm in pain! Red, blue. Red, blue, red. And off we go. Yeah, so something to note here is I'm kind of autopilot. I need to not autopilot, though, by the way. But is that... Yeah, you can do a lot. I mean, a lot of games tend to use mini games as part of the game, but it is interesting to see a game that, again, is well contained while using a bunch of mini games. Let me just say right now, it's not easy to program a lot of mini games so that they are pretty much almost not buggy. So yeah, so not paper. So I think we throw paper just so that we don't lose. And thankfully it worked out, but you're going to throw rock again, so I throw paper. And next hand we'll lose to rock, so that's scissors, so I throw rock. Please? I was about to say. But my last round hand was rock, so therefore I throw paper. Please. So, lose to your hand in the first round. Rock, paper, right? Rock, paper? Was it rock? Yeah, because we were dealing with the scissors. So, lose to rock. So, scissors, so we throw rock. Usually, basically, when you pick lose, you want to pick the hand, question mark? That was used. Hopefully I can do this right. I'm going to be so sad if I'm not. Okay, good. Win to your hand in the second round. I feel like it was the same. Rock, paper, scissors, rock, paper. Oh, goodness, it's getting hard. I'm going to hope, because the only way I remember that, the only reason I remember that is because I know the first and second round are pretty much the same. So you do rock. You did rock in the second round, I believe. We'll win against rock, paper, so I throw scissors. Please? Okay, good. That should be a... Yeah, I really should do rock, paper, scissors first. That's Hey, don't insult the kid. Shuffle, high-low, hangman. So I think just to be safe, I'll pick shuffle. Yeah, shuffle. Do. We need to do stuff. I need to not do that. Sometimes robots, but again, at this point, it's knowing each character's mechanics that you're playing as. So again, in this case, if I think I'm going to get something wrong, I should be using a lifeguard. But if I'm going to get it right, or I have a good chance of getting it right, I should actually not use a lifeguard. But again, sometimes it's RNG, so it's interesting to kind of look at basically a small change in mechanics and seeing how you basically approach each minigame. High-low, xylophone. Trade lifeguards for time. We don't need time. We have to do hangman with lifeguards here. Well, don't know what this could be. Now, you get lifeguards for starting a minigame, but, pain. No A vowel. Oh my goodness. Fruit. Peach? Something peach? I'm gonna... Oh, wait, no, because we used A. I'm going crazy. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna say O. I'm tilting my head in real life. I should know what this is at this point. D, F, C, R. Again, we have like 9 minutes, so I should be fine time-wise. A, Y, H, B. J. I could just guess at this point, all things considered. I'm just gonna put an L. No, pain! Okay, fine. R. Berry, something berry. B, Y. I'm tilting my head. I should use a lifeguard here. Why am I going crazy? I'm gonna use a lifeguard. See? Okay, and then we get a lifeguard back, so we can make 2 mistakes here. I don't want it to be that way, but I don't think we have a choice. Why am I going crazy? I'm thinking, so I'm just gonna guess K. Nope. Okay, we do H. Okay, we are in pain. D. No! That's not my fault, I don't know phone! Hey. Yeah, so we try that again. But, yeah, if I lose enough times, I am going to have to use more than one video. We're going to keep going on it, because even though we unlocked another character, let's just do it. So, keeping in mind, I should probably do rock, paper, scissors first, because I can't remember that far. Otherwise, I mean, we could just do bad card immediately, but we're going to do password instead. So, there's no way it's 2 diamonds. If it is, I'm going to be very sad with myself. It is not. I think, theoretically speaking, if I do that, out of curiosity, if I just keep doing that, I know I waste time. Okay, yeah. So, no way it's 2 hearts. If it is 2 hearts, I'd be interested. Okay, so it's not. So, therefore, I can kind of play it safe by just trying to guess. So, that's the thing about this character. So, this character allows you to basically work out what the correct sequences are in some minigames. In this case, the literal sequence. So, I know the heart is second, so it should be spade, heart. And off we go. Who knows? I just do my best. High-low, shuffle, matches. Matches. We'll do matches now. Now, if I get this first one correct again, I will be a little sad. Cloud, gem. We have cloud. Gem immediately. So it's time for a 20%. 8 clover. Clover. 50-50. Well. But normally I do expect to fail those, or to fail on an RNG, so I do try to make sure I know. So, bad card or hangman. Could do shuffle, we're gonna do hangman. Usually hangman I don't mess up, but sometimes I do. Hey, wow! Sadness. I'm just gonna put in every vowel. At this point, though, I should kind of try and recognize what this is. I don't think there's a U. I'm gonna guess, though. There is a U. Well, hey. Soup, right? Has to be soup. Soup. H. Chicken soup. Let me go. If you want to look at the RNG wise, so there are 5 letters left, so the chance of getting that wrong if you're just guessing that letter would be about like what, 50% I want to say. So hey, let's do Minesweeper. We'll pick shuffle later. Period. That's the end of the sentence. And I'm just gonna keep hitting these things. So there's a 2 there. See, I was about to say there's no way there's a mine. There's a very low chance there's a mine elsewhere. That being said, we're gonna start with where, you know, Minesweeper, basically you pick the ones you know. Period. So again, I know these 2 are mines, so we can pick this one safely. That's a 2, so therefore we can pick the ones around it safely, because we're already touching 2. This, on the other hand, so this mine here on the corner, so we pick this 2 up. This, on the other hand, I thought there was a pattern here. I think you have to know what this one is as well, but 2, 1, 1. So the odds are really good that this bottom right one isn't a mine, question mark? Let me just look just to be sure. So 2, 2, 2. Am I going crazy? I am going a bit crazy. Hello! Yes, there's a dog. There's a dog touching a window. I think it's this one. The one on the bottom right here has a low chance of being a mine. Unfortunately, it is a mine, so we should know everything else. Never mind, I lied. Oh, goodness. I'm going crazy. I could have actually logicked it out, but I just decided to spaghetti because I was lazy. Which you shouldn't do, because if you have to replay, it's not great. Math, Simon, high-low. We'll Simon first. I'm more confident in math than Simon. Because sometimes, I think I've spaghettied Simon once, never mind. I take back what I said earlier if I said I never messed up a Simon Says. Now that being said, I played all of this game off recording, so it's a lot easier for me to remember when I'm not commentating at the same time. Which is part of the reason why I took Simon Says earlier. We'll try to save math for last, funny enough. Oh my goodness, I guess we'll do rock, paper, scissors now. Next hand will not be rock, so it's either papers or scissors, so pick the one that won't lose. Paper, scissors. Paper, scissors again, right? Yeah, paper, scissors. Same as your last round hand. I'm going crazy. Same as last round. Hey, just make it easy for me. Will be the same as my last round hand, so therefore you're throwing scissors and I'm throwing rock. Please? Okay, good. We'll draw the hand in the second round. So I threw scissors because of that paper, scissors repeat. If I threw scissors, you're going to throw scissors because draw is basically, if you draw, same one, right? So we throw rock. So paper, scissors, scissors, rock. Went against my hand in the third round. I did scissors in the third round because of the repeating nonsense. And so you're going to throw it. Wins against scissors, rock, so I throw paper. Right? Yeah. And that should be it? Yeah, that should be it. 3 minigames left. 4 lifeguards plus maybe more, or this. So we might as well. These are freebies, basically. Ask the audience, and the other one, there's another one that in my opinion at least, is harder, but it depends on what you can and can't do, right? So I was going to make a comment here, but I'm going to forgo it and just move on. Xylophone, high-low, shuffle, please. So we'll try to keep track because I really don't want to mess up. So yeah, it would be nice not to mess up. So off we go. Switcheroo. I need to be careful of my blinking, by the way. I have blinked and messed up the cards before, so not in this game particularly, but in other games in another game that I basically uses the same kind of mini game here. I also have to make sure that when I'm commentating, I'm not accidentally messing up. But if I have a visual cue like the mouse pointer, I will be just fine. So math at this point, if we mess this up, it'll probably be a lifeguard thing, but we'll see. So 2, 10, 2, 12. 15. -2 is something, then 10, 9. No, wait, no. -10 times 7. -70, so it should be greater than. Nope, I'm going crazy. I know I usually don't get that wrong, but I'm just being lazy as well, so that's my fault. So, 7 times 7, 17 times 17. First we'll do the 7. So 85, 119, 119, 17, 119, 12. 12 times 17. 201. 2010. Did I say 21? I'm going crazy. To do it again. You just have to believe me when I say I'm not using calculator. We have 5 minutes to solve this, by the way. So, yeah, 85, 34. 85 plus 34, 119. Yeah, 119, 119, 210. I'm going crazy. No, I'm going crazy. Okay, let me do it one more time. 85, 34, 119. 119 times 120 times 17 minus 17. So I'm going crazy. 119. 119, 1700. 9 times 17. Why am I going crazy like this? No, 19 times... I'll do 19 times 17. 19 times 17... 323. So 2023. Into a big, long sequence. So... 15 times... yes, you could just pull out a calculator at this point, but negative 27 minus 15... Negative 42. Negative 42 times... This is a negative number. Negative 42. You know what? I should do this first. So, no, actually, I should do this first. The two parentheses. So let me just make sure I'm doing this correctly. Negative 42, right? Negative 42. Negative 42, 35, 8, 43. 43 times negative 42. About 16. I'm just going to estimate here. 1600. Negative 1600. Times 11, which is about negative 17,000. Negative 17,000 versus... If this is just a positive number, I'm going to be... Okay, it's not a positive number. Negative 16 plus 4, 12. 12 times that. So this should be greater than that big negative number that I did. That being said, 12 minus 1, 11. Am I going crazy here? Yeah, no, let's do this first. Negative 2 minus... Am I going crazy? I'm going crazy. Yeah, I'm going crazy. So, let's do this. Negative 12, negative 13. 15. No, I'm going absolutely crazy. Why am I going absolutely crazy here? Should I just do it like that? 12, 12, 15. Why am I going crazy? 9. So 34, 51. And off we go. Yeah, it's a lot slower when I have to do it all in my brain. I was going to say something else. What was I going to say? Why did I use the letter F to try and remember? Well, anywho. Off we go. So the reason for that last one is the negative. For some reason, I tried to multiply positive by a negative, when you should just do the negative and then just add. So a negative number times a negative number, if it's on the right side of a positive number, like a +3 there, you just turn that that negative that you multiplied into a positive, if that makes any sense. And if that I was just lucky there, then well, so be it, right? So off we go. Did die once, but hey. So I have to put this all together. I think that's in the very bottom, if I recall. Again, I remember not doing all of this at certain points because, well, I remember doing all of this at certain points. So, another B4 here. I think that should go like right around here. No? Question mark. Well, looking for numbers. Actually, this goes on the right side. I can't do puzzles. Hey, I don't often actually do jigsaw puzzles in real life. I think the last time I actually did a jigsaw puzzle was when I was like a kid. So, not really much to mention. Not much else to mention there. That being said, where am I going with this? This is the top left, right? Question mark. Looking for a sun. I'm going absolutely crazy. Looking for the edge of a sun, which is probably there. It's a lot of context clues, or at least how I look at it. Now, obviously, the more difficult jigsaws are ones that have a lot of pieces and are a lot smaller basically. That's all I have to mention at the moment. I should actually look for the cat here, by the way. I don't think there are a lot of more other jump scares, and if they are, well, I'm not going to remember them, so... here goes me trying to remember. So, let's actually just look for the top instead, so that we can start contexting these jigsaw pieces together. We're looking for the rest of this bunny, not the mascot of this channel, an actual bunny. And we're looking for this animal. I'm not gonna try and I'm just gonna flub it up if I make a mistake here. That's not right. So hopefully there's no more jump scares. I'm gonna hope. So without further ado, what I will do though is I'm going to actually kind of go over here and write this down, because at a certain point you will need to write it. I'm not going to remember all of the things, because as this might show, this is a password. So oh, we have to look at all these because these are all the characters. And off we go. Hold on, let me write this down. And by write down, I mean type. So B4, A5, B6, question mark? I think that's B6. C4, D5. You will be able to get reminded of these, but let me just write it down really quickly. And off we go. So after doing all of them pretty much, I am going to be splitting the video up into 2 parts. So as much as I wanted to complete this before April ends, that's not going to happen. So, off we go. So now we play Hoa. Funny enough, my whole playthrough, I've never lost this Russian roulette. I literally had to force this. So technically, I guess this is a jump scare if you make a mistake. But that's why you have lifeguards. So I'd rather lifeguard than take a risk most of the time. But hey, let's see. Simon, matches, please. So matches, because all the RNG involved. Timer Cloud. Timer Cloud, Clover 8. Timer Cloud, Clover 8. Timer Cloud. Timer Clover 8. Timer Clover. Gem, I don't know what this is. Never mind. And Timer Clover, correct. And off we go. Now again, at the very first shot, you do have, it is Russian roulette. So 1 out of 6, then 1 out of 5, 1 out of 4, so on and so forth. So let's continue onward. Rock, paper, scissors, please. Next hand will not be rock, so it's either paper or scissors. Do paper, or sorry, scissors, so we don't lose. And it was a draw, so lose to your hand, so you're gonna do rock, I do paper. Scissors, scissors, rock, paper. Scissors, scissors, rock, paper. Same as your last round hand, which is gonna be rock, so again, another paper. I'm going crazy. I'm in crazy. But thankfully I took rock, paper, scissors first, so I don't have to remember as much. Phone a friend, repeat, guess the letter. Is this actually free? I don't remember. Let's try it out. We'll keep a eye on the pedals just to make sure. Now again, that makes your future mini games harder, because again, the farther you go, the harder the next mini game is. But yeah, as long as not, if it's something that I know I can do, I will save it for later. But if I get like 2 RNG mini games, like again, high low into, I'm trying to think what else is there. Pick the bad card, then oh boy, is it really that's a choice. But usually you're not in a situation like that. Again, it takes really bad RNG to get into that situation. So Simon says instead. Again, usually there are no tricks in Simon Says. And if there are, well, the developer decides to go crazy with power. Yellow, green, red, blah. Just move in a circle. And off we go. Minesweeper, shuffle, math. We're gonna Minesweeper here because we have the lifeguards. We might as well use it. So lifeguard to RNG. Into this seems so 222. I forgot if it's here, if the mine is guaranteed to be in the corners, or if it's the middle one, or is it 211? I feel like it was 211. That was the thing. So I guess we're gonna find out. So I'm just gonna risk getting this wrong. It wasn't, thankfully. So the odds of... So there are 2 mines here. The odds of a mine being in these is relatively low. So I'm going to pick one. And we're correct. So this is the... There's 1 mine here. So we can basically open everything else that's around that one. 221. I don't remember what it is. But because it's 1 here, I'm going to hope this one isn't a mine. It isn't. So I can open everything else. Never mind. 1 out of 6. Okay, good. I need to not take risk though, because otherwise I will die. So is it the middle one that's always... I'm gonna actually use the lifeguard and find out. It is! Well, or it isn't. So I'm just going crazy. Well, at least we know where the mines are now. So this one though, I think I still don't know until I open up a bunch of these. So 2... Okay, so another pattern is that seeing 2 here opened up. I mean, this should be logical, but sometimes it's easy to miss. So these 2 are mines guaranteed. And that's all you have to know. And therefore, if there's another 2 beside it, you can open up the diagonal one with ease. And because there's 2 here, is it? Do I open all the ones at the bottom? I'm going to find out. Yeah, okay, good. All right, 1 out of 5, 20% death into something else. Password, password, please. I mean, if you're on your last lifeguard, then yes, you do just need to go risk yourself on the Russian roulette, but that's only if you get to a point like that. I'm gonna actually... No, I'm not gonna do that. Take a gamble. Who am I kidding? Okay, so diamonds, diamond, club, spade in some order, and I got it right, so never mind. 30. I think that was 33%. Anywho, moving on. Bad card, xylophone, math. We'll do math now, because we only have 1 minigame left afterward. -1, 6. 37. -3, not 3, -3. -17, 71. 18 times -6 is a -108. Which hand holds the pen? I'm just gonna lifeguard this. All right, last mini game. I think some of them do have right answers on that random question in math, but hey, shuffle by the way. So unless I mess this up, I should not die here. And even if I mess this up, there's a 20% chance. So hey, we should be home free. Question mark home free. Again, I could just make a human error. I could just blink and miss the card switch, but hopefully it doesn't happen. So, oh goodness. So the funny thing, it's funny tangent to mention, I don't know if it's actually funny to anyone else, but for me, oftentimes when I'm not recording, I end up thinking of things that I know I want to talk about, but while recording, I just end up forgetting, and I just end up kind of, yes, yapping and rambling at some point, which is not great, but shrug, right? I do my best. Yeah, normally I would do this all in one sitting, but there are dogs looking at me, and I want to go interact with dogs, so... Again, we'll play the last character, and hopefully we don't just immediately explode. So as we do our next after story here, again, I think there is like at least 1 or 2 guides out in case you just want to go through this game yourself. But I don't actually remember. I mean, I didn't actually check to see, but I think there is a thingy-majiggy. Yeah, at a certain point, I'm gonna forget this. So this part, obviously spotting the difference, is something that I often forget. It's here, by the way. And I think there may be jump scare warning, right? I'm just going to say jump scare warning early on, and hopefully there will be timestamps. If not, sadness happens. But I will try to do this properly, and if not, well, shrug, right? So, without further ado, I cannot find the difference because so this is something in real life that I have a problem with too. Oftentimes when, the example I'll use here is when someone tells me, hey, Jordan, can you go get that thing on the shelf? I'll often miss it because I just don't know why. I just fail to spot something that should be just right in front of me. It can be something as big as a cup, or it can be something as small as a pen, and I will just not, you know, I will just not see it. I'm actually just gonna brute force this. So, as we continue onward here, again, jump scare warning just in case, but I don't actually remember. So, I'm just going to click and brute force this. Again, not penalized for this, so I will just do it. However, I don't actually see what I am actually looking for, so shrug, right? I'm going to hope for the best. But as we get to our last character, I forgot, I think it's you lose time whenever you make a mistake, unless it's just insta-death, but shouldn't have as much of a problem than Russian roulette. So, hey, funny enough, though, yeah, mistakes cost time instead, so you might as well use lifeguards. I think you can still lose lifeguards here and there, but still. Math, bad. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, please, because I often forget that, I guess. Not be scissors, so rock or paper. We throw paper. And we do. I think there are 3 rounds in this one, though. So same as the last round hand. Oh my goodness. Rock, paper. Same as my last round hand. So paper, or sorry, scissors, because you do paper. Do-do-do-do. Have I ever done a perfect with this character yet? I guess we're gonna find out. So, 1 lifeguard, flip the bad card. Hangman. Hangman, I guess. Because we have the time to spare. Now, do we have the vowels to spare is a completely different story. Can't guess it yet. Can't guess it yet. Should be able to guess it here. I guess we're going to find out. Because all we have left are consonants. I'm going to say H. Usually H and G for me are safer ones to pick. I don't know what this food name is. Throw an S. Obviously, though, I think it's RSTLNE, which are the most frequent consonants, but I find H a really safe one with if you're looking for consonants in the middle, but that's not always true. So, sandwiches? Sandwiches, right? There's a C in there. Gosh dang it. I can't remember. I am the hero. Let's see. Simon says, bad card, ask the audience. We'll do Simon later. We'll pick the... Well, yeah, we'll pick the freebie now, because we're not guaranteed to see it again if we mess up. Or later on, sorry. I'm losing my words as we're approaching the end of this video. Again, I don't want to make things too long, but at the same time, I should actually just do one whole video, but again, I chose to record at an opportune time. So, bad card, Minesweeper, please. If you lose time instead, it's fine. That's why I don't mind the RNG here. That being said... Wow, alright, I actually am going to do a thing. Good thing I did, because I got it wrong. So, 2 left. What are the odds? Okay, not very great. 1 is good to see. That way I can just open everything up. Diagonals, 1, 1, 1. I feel like there's a pattern here, but let's just do the guaranteed option because we have a corner one. So, yeah, open up everything afterward, and yeah, that's a mine as well. So 2, that's a mine. 3, that means this one isn't a mine. This, on the other hand, is a completely different story. This one is not a mine either. That one's not a mine. Here, on the other hand, is it RNG? I think we open up the corner one here, funny enough. Ooh, it's... I feel like I should know. Am I going crazy? It's RNG, I think. I'm just gonna open one. Okay, so, it's these 2 mines. 3, so we can open up this one. I think that was RNG at that point, right? So, anywho. Let's see here. And there are other patterns to recognize in Minesweeper, but hey, Simon, math, phone a friend... Again, we don't know if we're going to get phone a friend later on, so I'm just going to do it now. Because I'm confident in Simon and the other one. I think there's still matching cards. And we have a lot of RNG ones left. That I know for sure. Actually, we don't. So I'm going to pick matches now. I think we have like 12 cards here. Yeah, 12 cards. 8 Clover. 8... So Clover, Gem, Cloud, Clover, Gem, Cloud, Cloud, Clover, Gem, Star, Clover, Gem, Star, Clover, Star, Clover, Star left. That is not a star. I'm just going to guess because we have time to spare. My face! Oh, you lose 3 minutes. That's a star, right? Okay, good. Okay, yeah, lifeguards are pretty precious. I thought, for some reason, I thought you only lose 1 minute. Never mind, my mistake. But 3 minigames left. Bad card, password, high-low. Yeah, I really hate high-low. It's too RNG for me. Yeah, now if you have lifeguards, that's fine. In fact, you could lose less lifeguards, but I don't often like it anyway. I have bad experience with it. Okay, so we know that there's 1 heart, 1 diamond, and 1 spade. I think I'm just gonna guess and go for broke. If there is... actually, that's not true, because sometimes I think you can have the same symbol. Never mind, I lied. So, the unfortunate part is that I don't know which one is correct. I'm just going to assume the diamond was correct for now. We just happen to... that could have been very bad, by the way. So, thankfully. Simon, high-low, 50-50. Simon, please. I think 50-50 is good or bad. Literal bad. Red, yellow, yellow. Okay, I need to focus a bit here. Yellow, blue, just move in a clockwise motion. That was by sound. Now give it to me. 4 lifeguards left. Aside from bad card, I think we're okay. High, low, shuffle, shuffle. If I somehow miss the shuffle, I will be sad. I think we survive no matter what, though, because I don't think shuffle insta-kills you. So, yeah. I kind of lost it for... Okay, good. I kept track of it. Let's actually use the mouse pointer method just to kind of be certain, because I'm really scared. Oh, goodness. And we'll complete this video. So, yeah, without further ado, if you have anything to say, anything you want me to comment on later on, because I didn't really talk about a lot of design stuff. Again, at the bare minimum, getting all these minigames to work, I can't imagine how many bugs the developer must have run into while making basically the minigames. Because I'll tell you right now, definitely Minesweeper, unless there's... And I don't doubt there's like public code out that exists somewhere to program Minesweeper into a video game. But Minesweeper is by far, in my opinion, not as hard. I'm sure there's some programmers who will tell you that Minesweeper isn't difficult. It's simple to program, but if nothing else, it can be redundant because you're doing the same thing over and over. I guess I'll try to explain that later on, but I personally believe that... Minesweeper is harder to program in a game than most other minigames. So, as we actually save 4 of the children, yeah, we find out that we're missing a 5th. So, without further ado, we'll let this play out. But again, just to end the video off here, because we're going to be concentrating on a lot of gameplay, yeah, not really much else to talk about, except for the fact that, yes, I think the developer, if nothing else, is taking a break, but I know the developer seems to be hungry to make more games. If it's not a sequel to this game, then it will be something probably in the same genre, but again, I don't know for sure. That's just me speculating, so it doesn't really mean anything. So, without further ado, I don't know the code, so we're just going to do this kind of based on the thingamajiggy. So, yeah. We're just going to pretend like we don't know. I do know a few codes, but again, we'll go through this as intended. But yeah, that will be for the next video. So yeah, without further ado, we'll end this as May starts. And that's going to be a lot of work for me because I'm going to be playing another game. So without further ado, there should be an end screen on screen. And if nothing else, yeah, not really much else to talk about here. If you have anything to say yourself, as I mentioned earlier, you know what to do. Otherwise, you know, it is what it is. So... that is not what I wanted to press. I was going to show off because, again, it's something I wanted to mention again, but no, I did not get paid or anything to play this game. I'm playing it out of, you know, I do think this is a very well-made game, and I threw my couple of dollars for it. So, as you can see here, again, I didn't do anything special. I literally just played the game, and I want to keep playing it, or at least play it in total, which is what I didn't do in my Trying to Play series. But yeah, without further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Play the game yourself. It's available on stream. There's a link in the description below. Steam, not stream. Bye.